Have you ever wondered what Switzerland was like before the modern era? In this video, I'm going to explain Swiss history in a simple way, starting with the Celts and eventually leading up to the Holy Roman Empire. So first, let's go back to around 800 to 100 BC and talk about the Celts. Not these Celtics or these Celtics, but the ancient Celtic tribe people who lived in Europe. One of the main Celtic tribes in the area was Helvetians. They settled in what is now Switzerland at around 200 to 100 BC. There were other Celtic groups in the area region too, like the Rarachi and the Sequani. But the Helvetians are usually the tribe most associated with early Switzerland. At first, the Helvetians were mostly nomadic. Around 110 BC, two Helvetian tribes joined a migration with some Germanic groups. In 107 BC, Vico, the chief of one of these tribes, actually defeated the Roman army near Agen. However, the Helvetians later realized that Rome would probably defeat them eventually, so they returned to the Swiss plateau. Over time, the society became more organized, economic activity made some people richer than others, and their main form of government was an aristocracy, where powerful families held most of the control. A fun fact is that the Helvetians even used the Greek alphabet for writing. Around 1580, the Romans conquered Helvetia and brought the region under Roman rule. During this time, several towns and cities were built in Switzerland, including places like Neon and Martigny. Like most Roman cities, they had things like public baths and amphitheaters and other Roman-style buildings. Because the Swiss plateau was somewhat vulnerable to attacks, the Romans also built many fortified towns and settlements there. Roman rule introduced a lot of new technology and culture to the region. Things like brick buildings, plumbing systems, and even musical instruments such as flutes and organs became more common. Later on, between about 313 and 534 AD, a Germanic group called the Burgundians moved into western Switzerland. They originally came from Scandinavia. In 534, the Franks, who ruled much of Gaul, conquered the Burgundian kingdom. Over time, the Burgundians adopted the language spoken by the local population in western Switzerland, which came from Vulgar Latin and eventually developed into French. Meanwhile, another Germanic group called the Alemanni settled in eastern Switzerland. They brought Germanic languages with them, which later developed into the Alemannic dialects that are still spoken in parts of Switzerland today. And that's one part of Swiss history. Fun fact, the name Switzerland actually comes from the canton of Schwyz. Over time, the name Schwyz started being used to refer to the whole country. In German, Switzerland is also called Schweiz. Anyway, stay tuned for part 2 and make sure to like and subscribe for more.